My country, 'tis of thee. Just kidding. So why the Statue of Liberty get up? I was trying to figure out a way to explain how fear works in my head without needing to choreograph an entire musical number. Death. That's an obvious one. New people. Oh, not any of you, of course. Darkness. Whew. Being a big girl. Oops, too late. Losing a job. Ooh. Losing my cats? Losing my family? Losing my health? Losing my memory? Oh. Being a hoarder. Being wrong. Being old. Being a failure. Being a bad writer. Well, for your sake, I hope not. So, at any given moment, that is the cacophony of fear swirling in my head. I shouldn't be afraid of anything. Hell, I've survived cancer twice. And I come from a long line of really strong women. In 1955, at the age of 18, my mom took the initiative to get a job at General Electric so she could save money for college. Later, she discovered that GE had one of the most difficult application exams in the country, and she earned a perfect score. And then there's my grandma. She was incredible. Growing up, she was our babysitter and our confidant. She really cared about people. During the Depression, she would feed men who would hop railroad cars from town to town trying to find work. And then after my grandpa died and her friends stopped driving, she would take them wherever they needed to go. She also stood up to people, especially those who tried to get the best of her. Her family rented farms, barely made ends meet, and she had to go to a German elementary school, and she didn't speak German. Then, by her mid-teens, she stopped going to school because they couldn't afford the transportation. So she became a nanny so she could help her parents financially. Oh, she lived in some beautiful homes. And in the 1920s, she learned how to drive a car when most women weren't even driving. But in one house, she lived on the first floor with one door opening to the kitchen and the other upstairs to the second floor rooms. One night, the husband came down the stairs and tried to get in her room, but she said, "Stop, or I'll tell your wife." She didn't mention that the wife had told her if she ever caught him cheating, she would shoot him. He probably already knew. But that was a really brave thing to do for someone who was 18 or 19 years old and depended on the income. And then when she was in her 70s, she was awoken by a noise and came down the stairs and realized it was coming from the back porch. So she opened the door, and there was this huge man trying to break into her house. But she stepped right on that porch, and all 5'4" of her said, "You don't belong here." And the guy left. Go, Grandma. She lived to be 100 years old. So I shouldn't be afraid of anything. I should be fearless. So the next time you have fear swirling in your head, write it down on a piece of paper and crumple it up. And then think about the fearless people in your life.